I'm Michael, and welcome to another meaningful moment. I've come to understand that listening is totally underrated. It doesn't trend on social media, it doesn't shout, "Look at me!" And whispering what you hear just isn't something considered as useful to those clamoring to stay on the front and center of the world stage, but it does change everything. In a world that rewards volume, listening is actually rebellion. It's that quiet superpower that builds bridges where walls once stood. Daryl Davis did not set out to change minds. He set out to actually understand. He was a black jazz musician touring the country, playing to packed rooms. One night after a show, a man approached him and said, "I've never heard a black man play like Jerry Lee Lewis." Daryl kind of looked at him and replied, Where do you think Jerry Lee Lewis learned to play?" And the man was stunned, and then he stunned Daryl because he admitted something else. He was actually a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, at that point, most people would have simply backed away or walked away, but not Daryl. Instead, he leaned in. He actually invited the man to meet again, to talk, and to explain. When they did meet, Daryl listened, and through patience and respectful dialogue, he asked the man, "How can you hate me if you don't even know me?" This question, asked in honest sincerity, led to more conversations, and over the next 3 decades, meetings where he befriended members of the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist groups. That initial conversation led to a friendship, and that friendship led to transformation. Not because he agreed, but because he was curious, because he believed that listening could reveal what shouting never would, and it did just that. He had his doubts, and he certainly had his fears. He wondered if he was simply wasting his time or possibly risking his life, but he kept showing up, and most importantly, he kept listening. Slowly, the walls began to show cracks. One man gave up his robe, then another after that. Daryl didn't just witness change, he became part of it. You see, listening is not passive. It's active. It's courageous. It's a choice to hear someone out even when it's hard. Daryl's story isn't about agreement. It's about attention. And he reminds us that listening is how we begin to heal. So today I encourage you to ask yourself, who needs my quiet attention? What assumptions am I willing to challenge? When will I stop talking and start hearing? Because listening isn't weakness, it's strength under control. And it might just change everything for you as well as for others. Here are some things I encourage you to consider as you contemplate Daryl's story. When have you felt truly heard? What assumptions have you challenged by listening? Who needs your quiet attention today? Now, some of you may be wondering, are these stories that Michael shares during these Meaningful Moment podcasts really true? The answer is yes, they are. I do my research. I seek out the stories of people who exemplify the topics that I discuss. Let's take Daryl's story, for instance. His journey is featured in the 2016 documentary Accidental Courtesy, Daryl Davis, Race in America. You can find it actually right here on YouTube. His work has been featured on major news networks, and he's listed in Wikipedia if you'd like to look him up. My point is this: when you do your own research, without relying on hot-button discourse of the moment, you may be surprised at what you discover. Critical thinking goes hand in hand with the desire to listen to views that both align with and differ from your own. It's the only way we can begin to move past the echo chambers, negative rhetoric, and harmful actions that are so widely displayed in society these days. Please don't be misled. You and I are being played by the people whose only desire is to gain more power and control than they currently have. It happens on every side of an issue or argument, whether social, political, religious, economic, or otherwise. And it's nothing new. As hard as it may seem to be these days, we must be willing to agree to talk less and listen more if we're going to live in harmony with one another. Sadly, some don't see it that way, and they certainly don't hear it that way, as they're too busy talking to listen to anyone else. If you'd like some ideas on how to begin listening more, please send me an email at michaelddavis@mdddastudio.com, and I'll send you a list of 10 ways to build your listening muscles. I encourage you to please like and subscribe for more of these weekly meaningful moments. And absolutely feel free to forward this to other people. I'd sincerely appreciate it if you do. And as always, I'm Michael from the Davis Arts Legacy, and my purpose is helping you elevate your purpose to the highest level.